my name's Elaine and welcome to my Stampin' Studio. I want to take you on a tour of how I organize all my Stampin' tools and materials. So first we're going to start over here with my 12 by 12 paper. I keep it all in Stampin' storage products, and you can either store them horizontal or you can flip it and store it vertical. I like horizontal because then it all lays flat. I also use their pockets, their 12 by 12 pockets, so that it holds everything and it has a little space for a label. So I can keep everything organized. So I have everything from the annual catalog here, and then I have glitter paper and silver paper here. And then I keep my mini catalog designer series paper here. And then over here are all of my 12 by 12 colors in somewhat of a rainbow color order so that I can have them organized. So for the 6 by 6 paper, I use these Stampin' Storage 6 by 6 paper holders, and they fit perfectly in each slot. And then as for all of my stamp sets, I keep all of my current stamp sets here, and then these are my favorite retired stamp sets that I want to keep. I organize them also by catalog. So this is all the annual catalog right here. And then I have the mini catalog items here. And then right now during Celebration, I have the celebration sets here. This is my paper cutting station. I use several different types of paper cutters depending on how many sheets of cardstock or designer series paper or what project I'm doing. These cabinets are Martha Stewart craft organization cabinets. Unfortunately, they're no longer available, but at IKEA you can find similar types of cabinets. They have these shallow drawers that help me organize everything. So in this top drawer, I like to keep all of my acrylic blocks for easy access, as well as my dimensionals, some of the strings that Stampin' Up offers, and extra replacement cutting blades. In this drawer, I keep my heat embossing powders and some of the Stampin' Up embellishments, as well as my embossing addition kits, so that I can have all my embossing in one area. In this drawer, I keep all of my extra adhesives. I have my glue dots and my liquid glues, my extra scissors, and then I also really like the red liner tape, so I keep extra of that as well. In this drawer, I keep all of my extra retired ribbon that I love that I use to tie gifts or other projects. This is my ink station. I keep all of my blends together, all of my Stampin' Bright markers together. Then I do my in-color blends markers together, as well as my extra in colors. I keep all of my stamp ink pads here in their color families. And I store my ink refills in these little bins. I put a little dot of color on the top to let me know which color this ink is for. These bins can be found at Michael's. I also use this ribbon storage by Stampin' Storage. I love having open ribbon storage because it's super easy to grab whatever ribbon you want without having to remove any ribbons on a dowel or in a box. This is where I keep my punches. I keep the current ones on the bottom and the retired ones that I love on the top. I also have some of the new Stampin' Blend storage here with the new Stampin' Small Blends, which are super cute. I store my embellishments in these little containers from the Container Store. I do them by size, and sometimes I use little pockets to help contain the embellishments as well. I also have this old and retired embellishment storage where I keep all the embellishments that come in these cute little bins. Above here, I have all of my ink spots labeled, and I store them upside down so that the ink is at the top of the ink pad. Then I have my blending brushes using the Stampin' Storage blending brush holders, and I did all the color families. This is where I store all of my 8.5 by 11 paper. I like to keep it in the dark so that there's no fading of any of the colors. I organize all the cardstock by color family, and I use Stampin' Storage 8.5 by 11 pockets to store all of my scrap paper with the color that it goes with. This is my cutting area. I organize all my embossing folders in a storage tote that I got at Target. And then I do use other cutting machines to help me with the amount of cutting that I do. These are both electric, and I store all of my dies alphabetically. I use the Stampin' Storage containers and the Stampin' Storage magnets to keep the dies in place. In this cabinet, I keep my Stampin' Up! Kits and Paper Pumpkin. I organize them by kit. And the Paper Pumpkin ones I have here as well, so that I can cash and carry all of these kits. I hope you enjoyed this tour of my stamp room. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. I will put links to the available products in my description. Happy stamping!